can decide to increase your body fat marginally for the next year, increase your dietary fat marginally for the next year, and then go and get your blood checked and see if anything has changed. There's no shortage of how-to. I have my little how-to there on information on interpreting your blood work and further resources from that. But that's just something to think about, that we're not necessarily damned to theory. And then one more avenue of thought, which I have not explored it at all, I just wanted to have it there to let you know that one other line of thinking about this stuff is just plain eating less. Like those people that want to live forever by way of calorie restriction. I have no interest in it, but you know, it's there and there's a link. Okay. Exercise, nutrition. One more little detail. When you work out, there's a hormonal response to the stress. You have a cortisol response. And this time it's short term. And what happens is your protein synthesis is stopped. Your immune system is temporarily undermined. I can't think of a better word. And you're really in a flight or fight mode, but that's good. Your pancreas is signaled to release sugar, and you're working out. You're doing what you do. This is okay. It's chronic stress, which is a confusing signal to your body, but short-term stress is your body telling it to go and do stuff while you're doing your exercise. However, because chronic stress is bad, you want your body out of this state immediately after your workout. And a great way to do that is to actually take in insulin. So this is your big chance to take in a cookie and have it be a good thing for you. And that's sort of insulin and cortisol. And that actually motivates the idea of pre-post workout supplements. I do recommend that if you get a pre and post workout supplement, you avoid fructose because of all of the postulated bad mechanisms. And once again, do note that having postulated bad mechanisms is not the same thing as having research, but nonetheless, there's nothing sacrificing just keeping fructose outside of your pre and post workout supplement. And creatine. Creatine is. Does anyone work out? Does anyone want to hear about creatine? Okay? Good. Creatine. So creatine is awesome. And it's awesome because it's one of the few things that really work without consequence. It works so well that we fear that something's wrong with it. But high school kids have been using it. We have 40 years, without even going to the science, we now have 40 years of vetting, maybe 50 years, of people using it from high school through all years of age. All of the worries have been explored and falsified, and even the worries were just about the kidney being overwhelmed, which seems to be almost like the default thing to worry about. The way that this works is that when you flex a muscle, you use adenosine triphosphate. It gets you use adenosine triphosphate, and it gets broken down. There we are. Muscle contraction gets broken down into adenosine diphosphate and creatine phosphate. And now you've gone from this little triplet of phosphates. You've released energy. Now you're at 2, and you got to get that phosphate stuck back onto the 2, so you go back up to a 3 set. And then you could use it. You could cycle over again, breaking that 3 to a 2 for energy. If your muscle cells, if the area, I don't know how to say it, are saturated with creatine phosphate, you find that phosphate more quickly, and you more readily have that one more explosive rep. Which, if you're a hardcore trainer, you're really into this stuff, that one more rep can be everything. So this is your way to purchase that 1 or 2 more reps, that couple more feet in explosive sprint that are at your top 100% ability. So you buy creatine. For all the virtues I said, the only thing that's actually really researched and has that wonderful vetting is creatine monohydrate. Everything else is just some funny product.
So it's like a pill that you buy.
It's a powder you would want micronized, and you would want to buy it from a company called Anapure. They have the most stringent testing for impurities.
And it tastes horrible.
It also causes gas, which is another thing. I know it's actually to the extent that it's difficult to do random controlled trials on it because you get very placebo effects. That people are flatulent, and then they say, well, I must have gotten the real thing because I have gas. So it's hard to do a double controlled trial for that reason, so it's a common enough side effect.
For exercise, there's an awesome protocol called high intensity interval training. I don't want to belabor us course, with things that I don't know if everybody's interested in, but this is one of the great tools for being in shape. Having more muscle mass on your body, your muscle mass helps your insulin sensitivity, where insulin sensitivity is your body to respond to insulin so you don't produce too much of it. The more responsive you are to insulin, the less your body will produce a surplus trying to get you to have the response that it wants. More muscle mass, more insulin sensitivity, it's a good thing. So workouts that actually increase our anaerobic capacity, which is sort of loosely related, loosely saying muscle mass, very loosely saying it, and aerobic capacity, our breathing strain, are a good thing. And in 1984, some guy named Tabata in Japan came up with the original high-intensity interval training protocol, which was 20 seconds of pure hell, followed by 10 seconds of rest, repeated 8 times. And that protocol had the highest rate of both anaerobic and aerobic improvement in a short time span that pretty much has ever been seen in any type of protocol like that. So it's a cool trick. Not everything in life is perfectly for free. This does have diminishing returns after about 6 weeks, according to some other guy. Oh, I don't remember. But if you do it about 2 to 3 times a week after around 6 weeks, you'll get diminishing returns. But hell, what a great tool to have. A mere 4-minute hellish workout if you do the original protocol. But I do want to emphasize, for this purchase of a wonderful dream, you are suffering miserably for that 4 minutes if you do this. So that when I do it, I'm breathing like, it's embarrassing. I do it alone. I only do this in a cycling room where no one else is going to hear me breathe like that. But the original protocol was on a bike, because you have to accomplish this strain. You personally have to be strong enough to actually bring yourself to this level of exertion.